friends, subscribers, murder of crows, lend me your ear. How's it going, guys? Happy midweek hump day. Wednesday, the most evil day of the week, because you're not at the beginning, but you're not at the end, and honestly the work's piling up, right? At least that's how it was back when I worked. Retired. Hey guys, it's Krusty Old Crow back again to do another TCCC. Yeah, I had to start the last one over because my camera keeps falling off this PCOS tripod that I got. I remember a time I used to try to clean up my language, and God, I've lost sight of that lately as I've gotten more and more passionate about this G.I. Joe classified line, and moreover, all the different angles I've been looking at it, and all the different people I've been talking to, and all the different people I've been watching. It gets you going, right? Enough so that this is my daily content now. So here you go. Here's today's daily content, guys. Well, I gotta stop stroking my crow. That could be taken a few different ways if you're only listening and not watching. Yeah. So last night had a nice live guest appearance with me and 3-Star dropped by Aaron the Toy Enhancer as usual Tuesday night go. And watched him open a package for Bobby Wall. Great fig. I'm not gonna say it out loud. You gotta go watch that. You gotta go rewatch his live because we're on it. He got a great fig, and he got a really, really, really cool thing. The fig's great, Bobby. But I feel like this other thing kind of stole a little bit of the heat from that, and both things are equal. I know how much you wanted that fig, but this thing that Turkish Murphy got him, I think I'm one of the few people that is excited as he should be about when we're going to see that and how we're going to see that, because I am a part of a fortunate brotherhood. We are the backyard. What is it? What did we come up with? God, now. I'm the one that helped come up with it too. The backyard battlefield. Okay, so me, 3-Star Draw, and Aaron the Toy Enhancer, the backyard battlefield. It's our discussion group. It's what we're gonna get together and do more regularly. That's our, I guess you call that a show, wouldn't you? Anyways, the three of us were just talking about that last night. We dropped that name, and I'm sorry if anybody was really cheering for Joe Bros. I googled that, and yeah, it's a rabbit hole. You don't want to do it. Last night's chat was live with we had a lot of great guys stop by, and the usual suspects, Shane Bryla, Woody Triple Two, Loki Wartooth, you were there, but also Punk with Toys, Tony Figs, a few other guys that we all watch came by, and actually thanks very much, Tony. I saw that you were one of the guys that actually bounced onto my channel for a bit. Check it out. I hope it's okay with you, and I hope you like it. I am not the caliber of conversion artist that you see with the other stuff, but I have my tweaks, and man, am I passionate about this. And I'll give you a story if you need a story about it. But reserving all that, today's TCCC. I owe a great debt of thanks to, always Aaron the Toy Enhancer and Loki Wartooth and Digital Diarrhea and guys like that. But Hush Hanger. Okay, I've been getting this guy's channel name or his YouTube name wrong because he's been changing it, and I haven't been keeping it track. The reason he's doing that is because he's got a lot to talk about, and it's not just Joe. This is a guy in my local area. I've met this guy through Facebook garage sale, and he is visually impaired, and he is an avid Joe collector, and he's passionate, guys. He's passionate, and he's had some health issues. He's recovering very well. That's great. And I think his health is going to only improve from here, which is great. But he's going to eventually, we've been talking, I know he has an interest in starting his own channel, and I really want to support that, guys. So when he comes up, if he does start a channel, the crow is going to crow about it, right? He is the one who hooked me up with these happy fellas. Oh, look at that. He's got the Hiss Fire Team 788, no Hiss Tank. What a joker, what a clown. No, fuck you. These were amazing. I love Hiss Cobra. I love Cobra Troopers. Cobra Troopers, to me, is one of the most important models and one of the best, really, figures in the classified series, and the way that it can be utilized in so many different ways. Just a blank Cobra Trooper, do some kits, repaints. You've got a new troop builder for Cobra that, oh yeah, it's this guy now, right? Python Patrol from the original Blue. Now I'm doing 788 from the Python Patrol because I didn't really like Argyle Gulf Troopers. But the 788 Fire Team, yeah, they want you to buy the HISS tank to go with it. I get that. And I'm going to clarify two things that maybe people are a little misunderstanding about me. I'll criticize Hasbro for their strategies, but my God, if I was the CEO, I probably would be doing the damn thing. The same stuff. Similar, if not more corrupt. I don't know. You're selling a product, you want to sell your product, you're going to promote your product, you're going to lean them towards the higher end stuff, right? No car salesman sells you the base model. They want you to buy the top model, right? You force them to sell you the base model. Yeah, I'll criticize something. It's not like I don't understand it, not like I'm saying I could do better. Unless I say I can do better, that's not what I'm saying at all. If that makes sense. Loved this set, loved getting a Range Viper because I had such a difficult time getting a Range Viper out here in Ottawa. But I also loved getting a good trooper with a rocket launcher and getting an officer, which I think out of the three, that was the one that people liked the least. Just again, gonna get through this, but if you like my stuff, man, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, because I'm going to show you the HISS Fire Team, but I'm not going to focus on them. I'm going to focus on the 4 new members I've added to this, because thanks again, Hush Hangouts, for that. And I am coming for that Snow Serpent, so I can get the one that I'm buying off you and Aaron and the box and do a proper review. Thank you again for holding that for me, and the other figures that you're holding will get to you right after, in between the waves. Me and him have talked. Oh, I'm excited. New figures coming. But let's have a look at this HISS 788 Fire Team and talk about it for a quick 1 second. Here they are. Here's your original 3. So you have the trooper with the rocket launcher, and I know it's hard to see because of the black on black, which, you know, is the sacrifice for so little red and gray, but man, does that look cool. I gave him an MP5 or whatever boarding gun just because I'm a firm believer that the rocket launcher guy, you know, the heavy, any armor trooper, he's got 4 rounds on him. After that, he is virtually defenseless. They gave him nothing. So I wanted him to have at least a means to defend himself represented. Sorry about bad camera work. Because that seemed like the appropriate thing for him. And I felt the same way about Bazooka, right? So unlike Bazooka, he doesn't have a magic backpack, and that gun does clip in the back. The rest of it I won't talk too much about because I didn't really do anything for. You might see the odd kit exchanged here and there, but I've lost track of what was what. So there's your officer that a lot of people would say was the one that they didn't like out of the collection, out of all of them, and the Range Viper, which was the real meat and potatoes of my want and need for this set. Okay, so I've added 4 troops to them. I will show these guys down here, okay? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was actually more planned. However, I'm waiting on a few parts. Loki Wartooth has a package for me. There was a little bit of mailing issue, and I'm getting used to that. You know, it just happens. It's the law of averages, I guess. When you start getting a lot of packages, every now and then one's gonna have an issue, I think. At least that's my luck up here in Canada, coming from the States. But as you can see, Stalker's getting the stage ready. We'll get Stalker out of there, though. Yep. And we're going to bring down the first one. Okay, so let's bring down this one. And all I'm going to do, guys, is just tell you where I got the parts, the kit, what the role of this person is, what the logic was, things like that. And then I'll just move to the next one, if I can keep her balanced on there. Oh geez, I lost pointers. Here's a fun pointer today. Okay, yeah, so this is our Cobra officer. She's equal rank, but she's an attachment. She would be the interpreter and the interrogator, the tactical questioner. But you know, she would be everybody's secondary role in a squad is going to be infantry. So you have to have her outfitted. A little bit of paint smear. I paint rub off that. I got to touch up, but she was the last one I was working on just to get it ready. So that is a clearly a Python Patrol helmet I just added 788 to as best as I can freehand. Terrible, I know, right? You should get a stencil, you should get decals, you should put more effort. Yeah, I'm probably gonna repaint it anyways one day. Who cares? I had fun. That head, using the pointer again, belongs to the Ironheart figure from the Wakanda Forever sub-series to Marvel Legends. I got that figure on a clearance for $9.99 Canadian at my local GameStop. And yeah, there's a few plans for a lot of it, but I liked getting the Riri Williams head for it. I thought that hair was cool. If you're a fan of Jodie Shooter's hairstyles, then you'll like the Riri Williams head. And it was nice to get a diverse character into Cobra. It's everybody's got a balaclava. This one doesn't. She looks unique. I probably should give her a name. And quite honestly, I've been bouncing around character concepts, but I just never really settled on one before all of this. The body clearly is the Baroness from the Coil. I managed to get myself 2 coils at a very reasonable price up here in Ottawa. And at the very jump of my collection, only to find out later that, that wasn't always the case south of the border, so I was a little surprised. Yeah, a little bit of repaint on some Cobra kit, and she's got the backpack. I haven't really settled on a good one for her. Oh, look at that paint smudge. This is probably the sloppiest of the bunch. But the shoulder pads that you're seeing on her, what I had to do was I had to clip down the original Baroness shoulder flashes. If you hang on a second, I can actually get that character right out because it's within arm's reach this time. But the Baroness Coil character, oh, is she? Was she or wasn't she? I got the other one. No, that's oh, there she is. Yeah. So what I had to do for this one, hello, Baroness. No, if you'll notice those ridges on the shoulder flashes right here, and pardon me for not using pointer and Band-Aid finger, you can see that big ridge. So I had to trim that right down, and then I just glued them to a set of shoulder pads that Loki Wartooth did up and sent in his first bundle to surprise and impress me. The reason I did that is because the webbing is a bit too big for the character, as you can see. But when you have the shoulder pads put in there as well, then what you get is a bit of buffer between that space that kind of locks everything into place and helps it see. Oh my God, the cameras are terrible today. All right, that's it. Moving right along. That's my translator, tactical questioner, interpreter, and interrogator. She's a real bee. Okay. This was going to be, but I had to change it when I was doing the concepts. And again, I think I still have a couple of touch-ups to do on the weapon, but I kept this one real simple. This was my Section 788 Saw Viper variant, basically. So what we're working with on this one is the head came to me through digital diarrhea. It was a scrap iron 3D print head, I think. Did a quick little slap up paint job on that with the black, some gray. I decided to go with the gloss black instead of the flat black on that one. And probably could use some touch-ups again now that I'm seeing it in different lights, right? And, old man eyes are at play, but whatever, we're rolling with it. The body itself is the Crimson Guard, or the Crimson Viper. I had one. Vipers don't impress me. They weren't something I wanted to collect a lot of, but I had my Viper 3-pack, and what I found was the Viper Officer and the Crimson Guard Viper. Once I got into conversions, I just really would rather have I wanted to do stuff with them rather than look at them on the shelf, because Vipers weren't a big part of what little troop building I do. I focus on other kind of troop builders, not the Vipers. Let me get this mirror out of there. Yeah, I'm still working on my back shelves. I'm just throwing things down right now. So that vest, if I open up his grip, I'll get to the vest in a second, but while I open up his grip, I will point out that this saw is, we call it a C9 up here in Canada, but you guys call it the saw. But anyways, is a support weapon for infantry firepower. It's meant to, put it down a high rate of fire, and it can use the same mags as the M16 or the C7, right? Any NATO stock 5.56. It basically uses the same mags, but we always see it with a drum or a belt, right? But yeah, you should be able to house a mag in there as well, if you needed to, if you were getting down to the bare bones of the battle, right? But that comes to me from Loki Wartooth. That's one of the weapons he threw at me. I just did a quick slap up black and red paint on there. You know, maybe I should add some gray to it. Maybe it might help break it up a little bit, and I might revisit that. The vest came to me from Digital Diarrhea again, and that amazing. You know, he won the contest. I gave him a prize, and he prized me back tenfold. And in there was not just the Gridiron Saboteur kit, which we're going to look at a little bit later, but there was the original Firefly vest that he had cut off his figure when he was doing the conversion. I saw that on Gridiron that they do that. And I was kind of like, huh. They've never boiled those vests to the point where you take the arms and the head off and you could slide it off the figure. But then I realized maybe this one, you couldn't actually. This is a really tight vest. But I was able to repurpose that. Did up a paint job to kind of, you know, keep it within the themes, and then maybe say maybe you don't need to know that it's Fireflies as much. But there you can see, I tried gluing it back in. I could get the bottom and the top seal, and I decided just let the backpack sit there and do its thing. And yeah, that's just a standard Viper backpack, because what the hell else are you going to do with Viper backpacks when you've broken down your Viper collection to do conversions? Gave him the red officer sidearm and a holster. Not much going on there. Like I said, not looking like the Saw Viper we're going to get in the line that we were going to get, but I figured why not? 788's unique. Pardon me, I got to finish this. I can just gonna put him back and grab another one. My goodness, I am sloppy and nonchalant. I don't. Zero professionalism today, guys. It's just been a heck of a day, and it's gonna be a heck of a week. Heck, yeah, that's a lot better than saying shitty. Okay, my support trooper. I just, you gotta have at least 2 troopers, right? In a section, 2 guys to do all the shit work. Pardon me. I mean, heck work. Anyways, he's got like an SMG. He's got the Warsaw pact of a saw. With the AK banana clip mags. This is another one that comes to me from Loki Wartooth in that first initial grab bag. And again, I'm probably going to have to slap some gray on that to break that up. But yeah, this is another Python Patrol repaint. I believe this was the Argyle green one. I can tell because there's little spots in the joints where I have rubs that I thought I had got, but clearly didn't get them all. Really not a lot with this one. Again, he is fire support. You know, he's just a little bit up from basic infantry. If I wanted to give that gun away, he could pass with just an AK-47. But I did add a Viper backpack to him, the officer's one, because the color scheme fit with the 788. But also, because he is a support trooper, he should be carrying some extra ammo, right? The Saw Viper's got his. He's got his. The anti-armor guy's got his. So yeah, if you're a support trooper, you're bringing more ammo than just one goddamn mag. So there you go. Got him taken care of. And the last one is probably my favorite, but again, this is, it speaks more to how good Gridiron is more than to how good anything else is. This one is an all Gridiron ad, except for one thing that I added from Loki Wartooth, because he's my boy, and I want to plug his stuff more when I can, and his stuff fit in well with this build. So this is my demolitions trooper, individual demolitions, basically saboteur for the squad. Yeah, he's doing Firefly's job, so Firefly can go do his job with somebody else more important, and these guys can remain with the mechanized group and handle things like ambushes, bridges, clearances, all that sort of stuff. So what you're seeing is pretty much the saboteur kit from Gridiron. That digital diarrhea gifted me in that box, and so the MP, or not the MP, sorry, I can't remember which gun this is, but anyways, his version of that gun's got the removable mag, which sorry, it's in there pretty good. Like those are snug, but he's got the spare mag up there for that. I just kept those black to match the 788. You can see it probably needs a bit of touch up here and there. I gave him, like, I left the pistol that it came with in there. I just added a little bit of color where I felt like that vest needed color, some black and some red, just to orientate it to the squad. But pretty much left it as is. The belt that you see on him is a Loki Wartooth one because it's got those little flashbang grenades and some extra mag pouches on there, and I thought that's a must-have on him. He is basically the wild card of the group and the specialist, right? So the detached demos guy. So he's gonna have all of the that kind of stuff on him, right? So he's got the weapon, and then on the back there's that saboteur kit that they released over at Gridiron Studios. Now, what had happened here was, as Digital Diarrhea explains it to me, the back post broke off while he was working on it, and I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I did see it; it is broken off. So I feel again that was the generous side of Digital Diarrhea. He wanted to see it. He just gave the whole kit and caboodle right up, like sent it all. Did nothing to, didn't salvage it. It wasn't prioritized that way, and I understand it, but I was like, man, that's generous. It's got that radio and everything. I didn't even bother trying to repaint the radio. Why? Why would I? And that drawer where you can put stuff like his silencer. Sorry, my big old hands in the way. That's where I stashed a silencer because I don't like suppressors on every gun in the collection. It's like, my God, there's a lot of people here sneaking around, trying to remain quiet. And it's, that's something that used to fit a very unique type of character like Snake Eyes or Stalker. And now everybody's got a suppressor. So I didn't see the point. And then he's got that visor piece. Where's that pointer gone to? Whatever. Here's your pointer, guys. Cobra. I was once a man. No, you weren't. So there's the visor, right there from Gridiron. I just did a repaint on that. Yeah. Pretty much everything else you see is the Cobra Officer number 97 from the Python Patrol, but that's it. That's my demolitions guy. And is that the squad? Did I get through it? Did I show 4? Yep, I showed 4. Hey, look at that. Success. And I'm under 30 minutes. So I've added some more things to the wall. There you go. I'm going to keep doing that. That is getting thrown in, not for the 350 prize. The 350 subscriber prize that we're closing in on is the custom fig, the new fig, and a bunch of some 3D parts and some. You're getting a custom graffiti wall, just a small one for your figure. We'll talk about all that once you win, and I get in contact with you via either Insta or Messenger or Gmail or Facebook or whatever. And anyways, that thing, once that's completely done, it's a good enough size. I'm going to throw that in as the 500 contest. When I hit 500 subscribers, that's going to be a big deal for me. Like, that's going to be I guess, the point where you have the option of doing certain things that I haven't done before, which I want to re-roll into channel content and prize giveaways. And the other thing is, I was thinking about it the other day, Ryan, or Crow, not Ryan. I don't know Ryan. Crow. Yes. What would you do if you ever got to the 500, you did all that monetization and stuff like that? You're retired, you don't need it. And you're just having fun with all this. Yeah, I would make sure I would get the vehicles and do all that other stuff like we've been talking about, and making sure that the channel content was fresh and current and all that other stuff. But most importantly, yeah, there's that giveaway stuff. But one of the things I want to do is I want to just really talk about this as I close out. I think one of the biggest goals I have, pardon me while I make sure that I can be seen by you guys. Yeah, okay, we'll say that's good enough. One of the biggest goals I have now that I've seen it and I've been in this community for a year is to do what was done for me. I want to be the channel that gets to a certain point where they've got a bit of influence, they've got a voice that people know, and then if I get up to that 500 and all that, and I get the monetization and all that other stuff, I want to throw that to one of those other channels where they don't have what they need to get going as far as the collection, but you know, they're ambitious and they're passionate. I want to find somebody like what I was, that, you know, Aaron the Toy Enhancer found me, and subscribers found me and made my content better by helping me get in there and giving me the advice and all of that. And I'm still always taking all that advice into heart and going, yeah, we should do that. But I know there's a lot of guys on the fence, right, about starting the channel. And I just want you to know this community is amazing. Give it a shot. If you are in your own way, get out of it. That's all. Just get out of it as best as you can. And we'll all wait for you, guys. And you know, there's a few of you in that subscriber base I'm talking to today. I look forward to seeing your channels. If you've started a channel recently, and I know a couple of you have, please hit me up with the link to your channel, either here, Facebook, Messenger, Gmail. You type it out, do whatever. I want to visit your channel. I want to help you the way you guys help me. All right. Thanks very much, guys, for everything. And we will see you again on the next TCCC. Or, oh wait, tomorrow's Thursday. You'll see some new figures tomorrow as I pick up my pre-orders. Yay! See you then.